Now, another crowd pleaser is, of course, the F-111s. 60 Minutes was out at Amberley Air Base soon after the first batch of Super Hornets had arrived, the combat aircraft that will be replacing the F-111s.
Now, these new aircrafts cost an incredible $60 million each, so it's safe to say their capabilities are enormous, but that doesn't take anything away from the much-loved F-111s, who will tonight, as always, leave us in absolute awe.
And Liam Bartlett drew first prize and got to go up in a Super Hornet, which, as you will see, is a pretty impressive machine, but in no way will they ever detract from the F-111 and what they've brought to river fire over the years.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
It starts with an awesome face-flattening ascent. Within seconds, I'm thousands of metres above Amberley Air Base near Brisbane.
Oh, that is amazing.
Hurtling towards the sound barrier.
Oh, mate, that's like being on the end of a missile.
It's a rare but stomach-turning treat.
Gee, I'm glad the sun's up there in the sky. It's the only way I can tell whether I was up or down.
This is the front line of Australia's new generation Air Force, the FA-18 Super Hornet.
Okay, so there's Supersonic now. So
My pilot, Dan Greeley, takes me through the lock.
Yeah, right now.
Barrel rolls,
Oh.
loop the loops,
That's it. Yes.
and low-level swoops.
So this is Cape Morton. We're passing on the right.
When you're up there, you're above all the day-to-day problems that life gives you. And you're up there with the clouds, and all you're focused on is fighting and flying. You're not worried about the bills at home. It's just the sheer passion of flying and the thrill of winning and success, basically.
It's not until you get down this low to the ground that you realise how fast these things can go. Technically, this fighter can do 1.8 Mach, or if you like, almost twice the speed of sound. To put that into perspective, that's over 2,000 kilometres per hour. Performance is frightening.
We've paid $6 billion for 24 of the Rhinos and taken delivery of the first 12. They're state-of-the-art, seek-and-destroy killing machines. But fighter pilots like Dan Greeley have one simple rule: kill the enemy before they can get to you. And this thing does that in spades.
It does it in spades, you know. The jet is just tailored perfectly to what we need it for, and the RAAF does it very well. One of the most competent jets in the world, and yeah, I'm really glad we bought it.
In with the Super Hornet and out with the much-loved F-111.
Is there any other Air Force in the world still flying F-111s?
No, we've been the only one since about '96, when the US Air Force retired their jet. The 111's been a great servant, a great jet, and we'll farewell it with reverence.
As it should be.
Absolutely.
The F-111 is the first operational swing-wing aircraft. Wings out for slower speed, shorter runway takeoffs and landings, wings folded back for high speed, up to 1,600 miles per hour.
There's a lonely corner of the airbase where old warplanes are brought to die. Every day those shiny new Super Hornets fly over the graveyard of the planes they're replacing. All up, Australia purchased 43 F-111s. And over almost 4 decades, 6 of them crashed, another 16 found their way here in bits and pieces, and the rest are out on the flight line. Of those, only 12 are still able to fly.
Even after 37 years, it's hard to understand the affinity these men and women have with the old F-111s. Lovingly nicknamed the Pig because its nose points toward the ground. Navigator Adele Merriman explained that unique relationship better than anyone.
It's what we fly in every day. It's, you know, you sit in that thing and you go 600 knots, so it's part of you. Once you strap yourself into it, you're strapping it onto you, essentially. So, you know, you're all part of that jet once you take off, so...
And you're relying on it?
Absolutely. So, you know, we're flying to the best of our ability, but we need it to be doing its job as well. So there's a bit of a bond there, if you can say that, between a piece of machinery and people. But yeah, it's really good.
When the F-111 flies into history, Adele and the rest of the crew must form that same bond with the Super Hornet, the Rhino, an American nickname the Aussies have adopted. Her new job will be Weapons Systems Officer, or WISO. She and the pilot can each fire missiles and drop bombs and do it simultaneously.
So you'll be the pilot's second set of eyes?
Yeah, essentially we're providing that extra brain, extra set of eyes and hands to do, you know, what he can't do.
So you'll go from pig girl to rhino girl?
Yeah.
I'd call that a promotion.
Yeah, probably, some would say, but, you know, I love the pig, and I'm sure once I start flying the Super Hornet, I'll love that just as much, but I always have a soft spot in my heart for the F-111.